Imagine a future where nations secure their advanced AI capabilities. Not just building things themselves, but through these massive global partnerships. We're talking billions of dollars, strategic alliances, all shaping tech for decades. Eat that future. It's not way off. It's actually happening right now. Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're unpacking some really fascinating sources. They reveal just how fast the whole landscape of artificial intelligence is evolving. We'll journey from, well, the big stage geopolitical tech alliances, national goals, all the way down to some groundbreaking open source AI models. Models challenging the giants. It really shows how quickly things are moving.
Absolutely. Yeah. We've got a lot to cover. First up, we're going to pull back the curtain on this huge US-UK partnership. It's really shaping AI's future, Then we'll switch gears, look at some exciting new tools, creative advancements. There was one moment that genuinely made me stop and just go, wow. Neat. And finally, we'll dive deep into an AI agent showdown, an open source challenger that could genuinely change everything. It's going to be quite the journey.
Okay, let's start unpacking this first report. So U.S. tech giants are pouring over $40 billion into the UK's AI infrastructure. Now, this isn't just, a simple business transaction. It's deeply strategic. A partnership being spearheaded, it seems, as a joint AI and quantum initiative. Between President Trump and the UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer, it feels like locking in critical alliances, almost like a digital arms race, but focused on compute power and innovation.
Right. And what's really fascinating here, I think the centerpiece, is something called Stargate UK. It's a sovereign AI compute project. Now, sovereign AI, that might sound like a buzzword, but basically it means a nation building its own dedicated digital infrastructure, its own kind of brain trust. This guarantees local infrastructure, local rules, and really crucial local control over its AI capabilities. It's like digital self-determination. And the big names are all in. You've got OpenAI, Nvidia, Netscale. They're backing it already. Makes it serious.
And the specifics of these investments, they're pretty eye-opening. Microsoft, for instance. They're committing to build the UK's largest supercomputer. And get this, powered by 24,000 Grace Blackwell Ultra chips.
Wow.
Yeah, for context, these are Nvidia's absolute latest top-tier processors, engineered for the huge demands of training and running the most complex AI models. They're like the super brains for these future supercomputers.
Exactly.
And beyond that, Nvidia itself is deploying tens of thousands of its GPUs, the graphics processing units across the UK, specifically for AI and quantum research.
Right.
So when you add it all up, the announced investment from just Microsoft, CoreWeave, a few others, it's already over $32 billion.
Over 32. It's almost hard to wrap your head around that much capital in tech. And it's more than just investment, like you said. It's a strategic chess move. The UK basically becomes OpenAI's main AI for countries client. It's not just buying compute. It's a deep partnership. Gives the UK a real edge. Beat. And at the same time, Nvidia just cements its role as the backbone of global AI.
Yeah.
With these 60,000 chips deployed there, it's really about solidifying US AI leadership through these key alliances. The UK gets infrastructure, jobs, top AI tools. The US ensures its companies stay central to global compute. It's a win-win for them. But it also means, others like Meta, TikTok, even China, they're kind of on the sidelines of this particular alliance for now. Makes you wonder how they'll respond, right?
So when we talk about this whole sovereign AI movement, then, what's really the core idea driving it?
Fundamentally, it's about national control over the critical AI infrastructure and the rules governing it.
Oh.
Self-reliance, basically.
Okay, shifting gears a bit. Here's where things get really interesting on a more immediate level. Day-to-day stuff. There are big events happening right now shaping AI's immediate future. Like MetaConnect 2025 kicks off this week. We're all kind of waiting to see their latest innovations. Probably in mixed reality, their AI assistants always generates a lot of buzz.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And beyond the big company announcements, we're just seeing this explosion of creative tools for individuals. Take Rive, for instance. Launch 4 image tools in one go. Lets you mess with objects in an image, mix different images together, or even use an AI assistant with web search to help you out. It's like having a whole design studio right there. Makes complex stuff surprisingly easy. And YouTube jumped in too, right? New AI features for creators. We're talking auto ideas for content, smart dubbing for wider reach, even a VO3 Shorts generator to whip up short videos quickly. It makes video creation way, way easier, more accessible.
And it's not just the new tools. There's reflection happening, too. OpenAI's board chairman, he recently gave this fascinating perspective, likened our current AI moment to 1999 for the internet.
Suggesting it's a good thing, actually, implying we're on the edge of a massive boom, like the dot-com era, but maybe with similar early challenges, too.
Yeah.
And on the practical ethical side, OpenAI is taking steps. They launched new age prediction tech, strict content filters, parental controls.
Right.
The idea is if it thinks you're under 18, you get sent to a teen-friendly version. It's a clear move towards, responsible deployment, trying to manage risks for younger users.
That's super important. And those ethical thoughts are growing right alongside the tech's power. We're also seeing other big moves, like GPT-5 Codex integration. Apparently, it's so good it's making users of Claude Code rethink their whole workflow. That's a shift. Beat. And funding-wise. Figure AI, the humanoid robot company, just pulled in over $1 billion.
$1 billion?
Yeah, pushes their valuation to an incredible $39 billion, backed by Nvidia, Intel Capital, the heavy hitters. Whoa. Just imagine scaling to handle 1 billion queries a day. That's wild.
Shows massive belief in physical AI.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of physical AI, OpenAI itself is hiring robotics researchers like crazy. Yeah, signals a clear push into AI that interacts with the real world, not just screens.
Yeah.
Makes you wonder what's next. Digital brains getting bodies.
It's an incredible pace, just relentless. So if you had to boil it down, what's the single biggest takeaway from all these rapid-fire developments?
I'd say AI is maturing incredibly fast. It's changing creativity, raising new ethical questions, and hitting valuations that show its huge potential.
Okay, so moving from the big picture geopolitics, industry shifts. Let's bring it down to the practical side. There are tons of new resources popping up to help you, our listeners, actually use AI effectively. Day-to-day work, personal projects, there's this in-depth guide to Google Gemini's whole AI toolkit. Covers all the free and paid stuff for writing, research, everything. Personally, I still wrestle with prompt drift myself sometimes.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, when the AI kind of wanders off topic after a few exchanges. So these practical guides, they're genuinely valuable for staying focused.
Totally get that.
Yeah.
And building on the practical stuff, for developers listening, there's a guide on mastering the Gemini command line. Lays out 11 pro methods to streamline coding, automate tasks, basically supercharge your workflow with AI. Then for content creators, there's this no-code guide. Shows how to build an AI factory, they call it. Imagine generating unlimited product ads without coding, promising 99% cost savings.
Wow.
Yeah. Huge impact for small businesses, individual creators.
It really is empowering. And for entrepreneurs thinking about jumping in, there's a blueprint now for starting a one-person AI business. Covers everything. Finding a niche, landing your first clients really highlights how accessible this tech is becoming.
And the sheer number of new tools emerging daily is just expanding constantly. We're seeing things like GradMay gives you super detailed website reports instantly, helps optimize your site. Thumblify AI turns ideas into YouTube thumbnails designed to get clicks. Aura creates hyper-realistic AI images, pushing visual boundaries. And Canary PDF, great little browser tool, extracts tables, lets you edit PDFs right there, saves so much time. Plus, you hear these quick win stories all the time now. Like one user cut a $6,000 bill down to $300 using ChatGPT for negotiation.
That's amazing.
Right. And Google's Learn Your Way turns texts into interactive guides. And ChatGPT might soon try guessing your age, maybe ask for ID. Sign more regulation coming. It just shows how AI is weaving into, everything digital.
With this whirlwind of new tools and guides, what's the common thread you see running through them all?
The clear thread. AI is becoming way more accessible, much more user-friendly, and directly useful for tons of everyday tasks. For everyone. Mid-roll sponsor read.
So, what does all this mean for the bigger picture? The competitive landscape of AI. We've looked at national strategies, seen practical tools emerge, but now let's talk about a direct challenge, something shaking up the status quo. A really significant development is Tongyi Labs' DeepResearch. It just launched. It's the first fully open-source web research agent.
Yeah, this is big news because this agent, it's not just out there theoretically. It's going head-to-head with OpenAI's own DeepResearch agent. And in some important tests, it's actually beating it.
Really?
Yeah. And what's fascinating is the efficiency. Runs on just 30 billion parameters. That's like the model's knowledge base. But it only needs 3 billion active during inference when it's actually working. Uses way less compute power than the big guys. Think of it like a huge library, the 30 billion parameters. But the librarian is so skilled, they only need a few key books, the 3 billion active ones, to give you the answer. Super fast, super efficient.
And this isn't just academic, right? It's already being used in real applications and winning on benchmarks.
Exactly. In its standard React mode, Tongyi does better than OpenAI's O3 model on key tests. Like Humanity's Last Exam. That's a tough test of reasoning across subjects. Tongyi scored 32.9, OpenAI 24.9.
That's quite a gap.
It is. And on Xbench Deep Search, testing web research, Tongyi hit 75.0, OpenAI 67.0, it even outperforms in a more intensive heavy mode. These aren't small wins for an open source model.
All right.
And it's not just scores, it's deployed. It's live in GoDeMate, that's an AI travel planner in China's Google Maps equivalent. That's also in Tongyi DeepResearch, a legal research tool citing real case law. Super useful. And the best part, developers, researchers, they can just run it themselves. Free, no API key needed. Beat. So yeah, OpenAI's O3 just got its first serious competitive open source rival. That fundamentally changes the game. Accessibility, innovation, everything.
So what's the biggest implication then? An open source model challenging, even beating a proprietary giant like this?
It means powerful AI could get a whole lot more democratized, more widely accessible, could speed up innovation, lower barriers for everyone.
We've really covered a lot, seen the global strategic push for AI supremacy, that huge US-UK deal, sovereign AI initiatives. These are big geopolitical moves. We've also seen the just relentless pace of innovation, new creative tools, but also those critical ethical questions popping up.
And then maybe most importantly, we explore these powerful open source challengers, like Tongyi's DeepResearch. It's not just competition, it reshapes the whole landscape. It shows loud and clear that cutting-edge AI, powerful, efficient AI, it can come from anywhere, not just the biggest tech companies. It really levels the playing field.
Yeah, this deep dive definitely shows a world in flux, adapting so fast to new capabilities, new players. What stands out most to you about this balance we're seeing between, centralized power, the big national strategies, huge investments, and this decentralized innovation from open source and individuals?
Well, consider this. As AI gets more powerful, sure, but also more accessible, more woven into our lives, what new questions do we need to ask? Maybe uncomfortable ones. About control, about ethics long-term, about how we collaborate across borders between companies to guide this thing responsibly.
Right.
It's a field moving faster than ever. And those questions, they're getting more urgent every week.
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive. Until next time, keep exploring. Outro music.